Under federal law, stamping "Made in USA" on a product means 95% of it must be domestically sourced. Two wallet brands ignored that threshold. One was importing finished products from overseas and selling them as American-made at premium prices. The FTC caught both, and the penalties hit hard. But what really separates a fraudulent origin claim from a credible one comes down to something most buyers never think to verify. Wallets in the $80 to $150 range frequently rely on the "Made in USA" label to justify their premium pricing. Consumers willingly pay this markup, associating the claim with superior craftsmanship and support for domestic jobs. But this label is not an optional marketing gimmick. Under Federal Trade Commission Rule 16, CFR Part 323, it is a legal standard with strict requirements. For a brand to make an unqualified "Made in USA" claim, the product must be all or virtually all manufactured domestically. This law demands three specific elements. The final assembly must occur in the United States, the significant processing must happen domestically, and virtually all individual components, representing 95% or more of the total parts cost, must be of U.S. origin. Any significant foreign content requires a clear and conspicuous qualified claim. When brands exploit this patriotic branding without meeting the legal threshold, they commit federal deception. The first enforcement case reveals how the government polices these supply chains and exposes the companies that cut corners. In September 2018, the Federal Trade Commission targeted Sandpiper of California and its sister company, Piper Gear USA. Both brands built their identities on patriotic domestic manufacturing claims. Sandpiper used a US made by SOC logo, promising American-made quality you can trust, and stated its products were manufactured by Piper Gear in California. But the paper trail told a different story. Regulators collaborated with U.S. Customs and Border Protection, analyzing container numbers, supplier invoices, and tariff codes. The investigation revealed that the vast majority of these products were imported as finished goods or relied heavily on foreign components. Specifically, the FTC determined that more than 95% of Sandpiper's backpacks and wallets were imported. For Piper Gear, approximately 80% of its products either originated overseas or contained major foreign components like imported zippers, webbing, and buckles. Only basic assembly occurred domestically, a minor step that failed the strict legal standard. To resolve the charges, the companies signed a binding consent agreement. The order banned them from making any unqualified, "Made in USA" claims unless they met the all or virtually all standard, and it imposed strict compliance monitoring and record-keeping requirements for 20 years. This enforcement action proved that marketing images cannot override the manufacturing reality, showing that the label can be challenged and corrected. On August 29, 2023, the Federal Trade Commission issued a stipulated order against Chaucer Accessories, Bates Accessories, and Bates Retail Group. These companies, managed by President and Principal Owner Thomas Bates, marketed leather belts, bags, footwear, and wallets under premium labels, including "Made in USA" and "Handcrafted in USA," to justify higher retail prices. The investigation revealed a systemic reliance on foreign manufacturing. Belts, marketed with domestic claims, frequently featured straps imported from Taiwan, requiring only a simple U.S. buckle to be attached before shipping. A substantial portion of the company's other leather accessories, including wallets and shoes, arrived wholly imported from overseas factories or contained foreign components that far exceeded legal limits. The regulatory response carried immediate, direct financial consequences, proving that deceptive origin branding eventually turns into a clear liability. The Federal Trade Commission imposed a civil penalty of $191,481, On top of this fine, the settlement required the companies to pay more than $140,000 in consumer refunds, returning money directly to 4,061 customers who had purchased the mislabeled accessories after January 1, 2018. The financial settlement was paired with a mandatory corrective notice. The order required the companies to contact each affected buyer individually, sending a written statement admitting that the products were not all or virtually all made in the United States. For these brands, the decision to use patriotic branding on imported goods resulted in a costly public retraction, proving that false origin claims carry a heavy direct cost. The cases against Sandpiper and Chaucer Accessories belong to a coordinated, systemic enforcement campaign launched after the Federal Trade Commission codified its official Made in USA labeling rule in 2021. Since then, the agency has initiated 11 formal enforcement actions, securing over $15 million in civil penalties and consumer redress. To police these supply chains, the Commission relies on a direct partnership with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Investigators cross-reference shipping manifests, container numbers, and tariff codes to track materials from foreign ports straight to domestic warehouses. Under this framework, the financial consequences for deceptive labeling have escalated. By February 2025, the statutory maximum penalty for a single violation was adjusted to $51,744. The scope of this crackdown extends far past the leather goods market. In April 2024, Williams-Sonoma paid a record $3.17 million in civil penalties for falsely labeling imported home goods. Earlier that year, Kubota North America settled for $2 million over misrepresented tractor parts. In April 2026, the agency launched a coordinated enforcement sweep targeting other industries. This resulted in a $625,000 consumer redress settlement with digital jukebox manufacturer TouchTunes. During the same sweep, patriotic flag seller Americana Liberty faced a judgment of over $167,000, while Oak Street Bootmakers settled for $75,000. These actions demonstrate that the federal government treats origin deception as a systemic violation, backed by severe financial penalties. Sourcing transparency separates genuine domestic manufacturing from performative marketing. 4. Prominent brands provide the detailed proof required to withstand regulatory scrutiny. Filson, operating out of Seattle since 1997, builds its rugged bifold wallets using vegetable-tanned U.S. bridal leather, tracing its raw materials directly to domestic tanneries. In Detroit, Shinola operates an in-house leather studio, where local artisans hand-assemble premium watch straps and small leather goods, anchoring its brand in a physical, verifiable workshop rather than abstract marketing. Further south, Texas-based Saddleback Leather uses tough, full-grain, U.S.-grown cowhide, backing its domestic production with a prominent, lifetime warranty that emphasizes durability. In the Pacific Northwest, Tanner Goods handcrafts its wallets in a Portland, Oregon workshop, maintaining an explicit sourcing posture by publicly disclosing its domestic utility, leather, and local construction. These manufacturers share a common approach. They disclose their supply chains, making their origin claims easy to test. By providing verifiable details instead of vague patriotic slogans, they stand as a credible counterweight to brands that rely on flag-draped branding without proof. Verifying country of origin claims requires bypassing marketing and examining federal records. Start at ftc.gov. Search the brand name in the enforcement database to read the actual order language. This public record is the best primary source to see if a manufacturer's claims held up under regulatory scrutiny. Next, compare the specific product listing directly against the company's sourcing policy. looking for any gaps between checkout claims and the fine print. If the labeling remains vague, contact the seller directly and request written proof of where their raw materials and components originate. Never assume a premium price tag equals domestic production. Ultimately, Made in USA remains a binding legal standard with real consequences for brands that cheat the system, rather than a decorative marketing phrase designed to justify a higher markup. Today, patriotic branding is cheap, but genuine domestic manufacturing is hard-earned. As the FTC tightens enforcement, a label is no longer a substitute for a transparent supply chain. True integrity isn't found in a flag logo, but in the paper trail. Share your thoughts in the comments.